the book of Hebrew elawal Hebrew mi te hinga lekha ni ki thot a writer pa hi koi ham ti wan chu koi matan akisai thei pun abang khaloi chun Paul hin te ta aseu abang khaloi chun Clement hin te tiu abang khaloi chun Apollo hin te tiu abang khaloi chun Barnabas hin te ta aseu hin koi pen chu hi ham ti wan chu koi matan ki sei thei lo hin ai wanga lekha ni ki thot pen hi Hebrew mi te Hebrew Christian holding ani ke thore ti clear ta hin na achiting le a context hi veting ale Hebrew Christian hiya a Christian hina nungsung wa Judaism langa lu do na am holding a le kha na thore hin a writer pa hin audience ko ma chu ipiringa Jesus Christ chu na nungsun hom hung no hung win Judaism ma chu I ma cha ki mu ta poi Jesus Christ chu abon che ke fulfillment na hitai ama chu Old Testament na tabernacle sanga hoizo abana vantil sanga lopio aban kida amachu Jews feast ho sanga elawale Jews they sacrifice pumgo thilto kito ho sanga chu apon chikeya amachu superior zo hi ipiringa Judaism langa chu attract na hi hom ipiringa Judaism na chu na thanu mohom hungno hung kit binta anaji de hin alekha hi apostate Jews Christian hodinga anaji de hin na a context if thing ale Jesus supremacy he hoita lay down bole hin Jesus Christ he is better than the angels na ayi cho aman thilzo se sem hin ama cho pathine ta se cho ena ban kida he is greater than Moses na Moses sang Jews te dinga chu Moses chu pathin to directly ke ho the ya chu agel thu pi hin ewang Hebrew writer pa hin Moses sanga chu Jesus Christ thupi joy ti na aban kera Joshua sanga yang chu thupi joy ticket aban kera Levitical priesthood sanga thupi joy hi kit ticket and aban kera pum go thilto ki theina gantha na Old Testament system zo si sanga chu Jesus Christ chu athupi joy ipizin tala amma chu pathe ne he ta asai cho ya chu a writer pa hin Jesus Christ supremacy chu lay down bol hin na tuna chu ka hin holim de hin tun Hebrew chapter 1 apa cha chu hin pan khatin kan sim do din sa pawa kan sim do din nan ngai theu hin long ago at many time and in many ways God spoke to our father by the prophets but in the last day he has spoken to us by his son whom he appointed the heir of all things and through whom also he made the universe tin hitla Greek power universe ki chu Iones means time itself tinain part kitiang he pathina seme ti cho ena ban kida writer pa chun thilzo si him pathin acha pa thua asime ti cho chu hile that means acha pa chu a creator ma mai cho hita se dinga kacha pa ka man cha thil khat ka bola le that means ipi ka se no ke chu kacha pa ke he katina hi lo cho kacha pa chu ka man cha thil chu ka bol tin he cho chu hile ke la kacha pa chu distinct ka hi cho mi chum ka hi han cho na hejita banga chu writer pa hin Jesus Christ he acha pa hi ti cho na ena ban kida New Testament na God akiti tengala a context sai vetingala atam zo chu Jesus pakai su ki sei na hi lo cho God the Father ki sei na hi cho and it's like he Hebrew chapter 1 verse 1 ayang he God ati cho ho theos man cho definite article aman cho that means the God tina cho that means the Father tina cho na God the Father papa thina sei nei cho ena ban ka a context so haita na simale God spoke to fathers by the prophets but in the last day he has spoken to us by his son tile pathina acha pa thua in thil ahin bola le ipi evat saong ama cho acha pa hi lo cho acha pa mi cho na he just clear the indicate ball hin aban kida acha pa chu Jesus Christa pathin cha pa chu mi lo cho he's God pathin ma mai ti ki cho a nature pa chu na teka khara vet sanan ka cha pa chu mi cho mi na zo si amana nei cho kin jang mi na yo si ka nei cho na ai wang ke ni chu mi chum ka hi han cho chita bang chu cho and verse 3 chu important hin who being ati cho it's like acha pa cho sei cho who being the radiance of his glory and the exact expression of his substance and upholding all things by the power of his word through having made the purification of sin set down at the right hand of majesty on high ti cho hitlaya who being a ti cho Greek power ho on hi cho na means present tense as it in always ti na hin that means acha pa cho se cho acha pa yang hi toy hi acha pa hin la hi cho na who being a ti cho is still the son toy Jesus Christ cho acha pa hin la cho he's not God the Father na and aban ke hi ho on to Exodus chapter 3 verse 14 pathin I am who I am ati cho Greek Old Testament cho ho on ta translate ke bo cho a hing jing ti ne cho na chita banga cho acha pang cho apha chi a hing jing na ti na sei cho a ki pat na ngom lo ki chai na ngom lo ti ne cho acha pang cho na ana ban ke interesting ka chu chala the who being the radiance of his glory and the exact expression of his substance ati cho chala ya Greek pawi tes hypostasis character cho biham tila kasay mabanga Xerox paper ni na ne Xerox A Xerox B A to ne head B to ne head wala but Xerox A to B to ki bang cho that means B to explain the model then you can say Xerox B is exact expression of the Xerox A substance na hizita banga cho cha pa hi pa pathin to thil zo sha ki bang cho omnipresent omniscience omnipotent kiti every character of God na pathin iti pino character so si acha pan nang ne ti cho that means acha pang chu pathin di nei cho na and hitlaya hypostasis character man cho hiji hypostasis chung chang cho Colossians chapter 2 verse 9 video dang cover ka bolin na navet thewin and aban kira hitlaya he the who being the radiance of his glory ti cho cha pa chu pa pathin ding alo pi na hi cho na atu ta la question khari do diu cho pathin chu ai te analo pi ham na analo pi chula but Hebrew writer pa chun pathin pa pathin alo pi na chu acha pa ye ti cho na atu te la acha pang chu ai te anom jing tin ta cho na hi chala ya being the radiance of his glory ati chu apaugas ma cho means Greek lexicon never 541 acho someone who literally signed na that means from eternity chu pathin alopi na cho chapa cho na that means achapa cho anom jing eternal tin hai cho na example ase dingin human terminology hinjang katin kachapa na kachapa chu kalopi na hai cho abolo sike bo alim jang ke to bang chat di cho amma chu ke lopi na hello ding ama ka vet a chu prak kalopi na chu cho mi him alopi na chu achapa hi cho na chita banga chu pathin God the Father pa pathin alopi na chu achapa hi cho atuti hile ido diu chu pathin chu ai te analopi le achapa chu ai te ama tu anum tin ha cho aki pat na ngom lo aki chai na ngom lo cho te ka khara achapa chu at some point in time phat khada hungom mele that means achapa hungum masang pathin chu lopi lo ti na cho na but Bible in pathin chu ai te analopi jing from eternity alopi a hi ti cho aju te le Bible in alopi na chu achapa ti cho achapa chu the radiance of God's glory ti cho and hi chi chun pi va sam te le achapa chu ai te apa to onom jing ti nei cho na hi chu hin ana ban kira verse 4 as kan sim din na having become much superior to angels as the name he has inherited is more excellent than theirs for to which of the angels did God say apa say na hin God the Father hin you are my son today I have become your father or again I will be his father and he will be my son na and verse 6 also and when he bring his firstborn into the world he said let all God's angels worship him and verse 7 as well in speaking of the angel he said he makes his angel spirit and his servant a flame of fire verse 8 is important in but unto the son he said your throne O God is forever and ever the scepter of your righteousness is the scepter of your kingdom that means God the Father in pa pathin achapa chu but unto the son he said God the Father pa pathin pau hi cho lai hena unto the son he said your throne O God is forever and ever cho chlai pa pathin achapa chu pathine ta addressable cho your throne O God is forever and ever cho chapa alel to na chu hung ke pen phát hạt hông cái phần hình cho ấy thì anh jing thì nè cho that means chapa cho Jesus Christ God the Son na amai cho eternity nè cho na na ban kira you have loved righteousness and hated wickedness therefore God your God has anointed you with the oil of gladness beyond your companions at cho it is Psalm 45 verse 6 say quotable in Psalm 45 verse 6 as Messiah coronation chung chang say na and it's like I say you have I have means you have loved righteousness and hated wickedness therefore God your God has anointed you with oil of gladness beyond your companions at cho it's like thao nu pa yang chu pathin hi cho and a thao nu pa yang chu pathin ma cho clear that in therefore God acha pa cho sei cho and your God na pa pathin in acha pa chu pathin ta addressable cho na that means cha pa chu pathin cho a character zo si pathin ma hi cho na ka cha pa chu mi hi cho na ke mi him ka humanity ka sial na ka humanity ka mi him hi na zo si cho ka cha pa nong nei cho hi ta banga cho cha pa hin nong pathin hi na character zo si bon si ka ne ti cho na ji chu hin ena ban kira verse 10 chu important hin he also said that cho pa pathin na God the Father to address about lai cho in the beginning Lord you laid the foundation of the earth and the heavens are the work of your hand cho that means pa pathin in lay se zo si here atsapan asimeta addressable cho you Lord in the beginning it cho atsapan cho Jehovah it cho na you laid the foundation and the heavens are the work of your hands it cho hi Psalm 102 verse 25 Greek Old Testament apatsa quotable hin hichlaya chu Psalm 100 tua chu pathin thil do si asim na hi cho hi chu Psalm in a say cho but hi chu Hebrew writer pa hin acha pa na si me ta say cho and hi chu yang chu pa pathin acha pa address a bola say chi that means cha pa chu creator mama cho pathin hi cho na but he is not God the Father God the Father hi lo cho pa pathin hi lo cho pa pathin acha pa chu addressable thel that means distinct person cho mi chum hian cho na hi chu hin and apan kira verse 11 to simla chun they will perish thil sem do si cho se hin but you remain so at pa pathin na acha pa ko ma cho se cho thil zo si na sem do si khat ve la mang de nang wang na hing jing ti cho na and upon kida you will roll them up like a robe like a garment they will be changed but you remain the same and your years will never end ti cho hitlaya hi thil zo si chu thil sem zo si chu ki khel de nang wang ai ti an hi jing ti cho that means pa pathin chun acha pa chu eternality na ai ti a unchanging pathin ma mai ta addressable cho that means sa pa chu pathin ma hi cho na but pa pathin hi lo cho na hi chu clear ta se in hi chu kin ka se hi lawa pathin ma man God the Father ma man testify bo cho God the Father pa pathin chun acha pa yang hi pathin ma a character zo se thil zo si abana ki khel dang ki khel thelo ama hi eternal eta affirmable cho acha pa chung chang cho na hi chu chun pia sam tele chapa the Son na chapa yung chu pathin ma eta provable cho hi chi verse UPC ho refutable cho UPC ho chun PCM tela Son God the Son elawa the Son ti phan chapa ti tingala Jesus Christ ata sa phe cho seu cho the Son mean the flesh of Jesus na the Father mean the divinity living inside Jesus na amo UPC concept ba cho but UPC ho hin ata sa no hi ve tinga le e ho to ki bang ve cho mi bang khat loi chun UPC pastor ho to ki nil phat len ata sa no cho Jesus Christ cho pathine ta se ying cho a chi phat la trinitarian hon oneness UPC ta sa no chi ho ta san to ki bang hi me pira ki de pe ram ti cho phat chu chu hi lo cho UPC ho na ta sa no he Jesus Christ hi God the Father e cho and amone se chu cha pa ti tinga le Jesus Christ ata sa pe cho na asunga umpa chu divinity deity asunga umpa chu God the Father etio ata sa phe chu the Son etio chu but hichlaya hi het ido diu kha chu UPC on Son eti tingala they deny the divinity of the Son na chapa chu pathine ta deniable lo chu but hichlai Hebrew hin จะป่าจุปฏิเนี่ยแต่ addressable จ้ะฮิจิงจูป้าปฏิเนี่ย addressable ฮิจิจ้ะน่า and UPC ho hin ka se ma banga cha pai ti tenga le the flesh of Jesus ata sa phe cho se but we need to ask a question Jesus Christ ata sa phe so cha pai le cha pa ki tina designation hele then Rome chapter 8 verse 3 for what the law was powerless to do because it was weakened by the flesh God did by sending his own son ti cho pathina a flesh an solong ata sa phen solong wa vana pa sa ata sa phen solom ju thelo jo na and in the likeness of sinful flesh to be a sin offering and so he condemned sin in flesh ti jo it to substitute bolta UPC doctrine lavina substitute bolochen hita sim the jo God did by sending his own flesh UPC holding of son teenage of flesh so in the likeness of sinful flesh na it doesn't make sense ya to UPC on cha pa ti tingala the son ati pharo la ta sa pe Jesus Christ ta sa pe se cho ji chu Bible to hoi ma cha ki sei lo cho Jesus Christ chu person hi cho ama chu e ti a hing eternity apa sa cha pa ni hi cho hi chu ta cha pa ni ha ta sa pe cho hong le si hong ma pa cha mi hi mong ki so pa sa ta sa pe nei ti ne cho na ai chu le then UPC ho doctrine cho hi thei lo cho Galatians chapter 4 verse 4 ko velachan but when the time had fully come God sent his son born of a woman born under the law ti cho I had diu kha chu send English power send ki ti cho e power na sol ti na cho na mi kha di na sol di ti nga le ipi ve chao ana sa hi ngai cho na te ka khara room khara no ma room ma chu mi ni nom cho then mundang ana sol di pa then you can use the term send na ka sol na ti the cho na ana sa hi lo wale then na sol the lo cho hi chi ta panga chu cha pa yang chu Jesus Christ chu vana ana jing hi ya chu Bible in senta a sei the cho a ki sol ki ti the cho na hi chu definition of send cho thil khat hi mundang example la mi khat na cha pa kha chu mun khat ana sol de cho ana nai lo wale ipitina sol de na ya chu na sol the cho na sa hi achu na sol ki ti chu sen ki ti chu na man thei cho nai lo wala na sol thei lo cho but na pin sa thei cho na hi chu hin ena ban ki da Galatians chapter 4 verse 4 chu UPC concept la ve nang son ti chu flesh in substitute bolo chun pi hiong but when the time had fully come God sent his flesh na born of a woman under the law ti ne cho so cha pa ki ti chu flesh ta designation ta pi wala den ta sa phe chu wana num ta le ya hong pin ma sanga I thelo cho na hi chu hin UPC ho na twist about you hi so UPC ho koma the son na ti tenga Jesus Christ ta sa phe cho sei na so na but we need to ask a question cha pa chu Bible and how many time Bible in Yahweh song God sent his son the son who was sent ti tam ta sei cho he chu son chu flesh in substitute bolachan that means flesh chu ta sa pe chu le wana num taung ang ki sol ha masanga na but a person pa Jesus Christ cha pa chu anum na lai chu ta sa pe nai lo cho le ya hong pina bo chu ta sa pe an ne hi bo cho na hi chu hin Hebrew chapter 2 verse 11 ko hin sim katin till hoi ta khara se hin both the one who makes people holy and those who are made holy are of the same family Jesus Christ to ta san cha ti ho sai cho so Jesus is not called same to call them brother and sister na and he said I will declare your name to my brother and sister in the assembly I will sing your praise and again I will put my trust in him and again he said here am I and the children of God the children God has given me. Since the children have flesh and blood, he too shared in their humanity, so that by his death he may break the power of him who holds the power of death, that is the devil, and free those who all their lives were held in slavery by their fear of death. For surely it is not angel he held, but Abraham's descendant. Therefore, he had to be made like his brother in every respect, so that he may become a merciful and faithful high priest in service of God, to make propitiation for the sins of the people ti cho chlaya Jesus Christ hi mi him jo si chu Israel te context a si but a context so hoita event mi him jo si entire humanity si cho that means Jesus Christ in I ho he is not ashamed to call us to be he is not even ashamed to call them as brother na Jesus Christ chu I ho dinga I brother ta banga si cho but oneness UPC ho chen Jesus Christ chu God the Father a hi tele then pathin no chu he pa ta address bol ngai lo I bol ngai lo cho we can address him as brother na itu join ai banga Jesus Christ le ya len lai cho pa pathin cho my father your father na ta asai cho that means ama dinga pa chu ho dinga ipa cho family khat hi cho family khat hi je ba cho ipa yong chu tha khat cho but pa kai su chu God the Father a hi le then pathin ko mana taw pha le father na ti ngai lo chu brother na ti ri sula na ai wanga Jesus Christ chu cha pa hi ya chu then he can call us Christian do si chu I ho brother ta addressable thai cho na ena ban kir apa in chu I ho dinga our father ta asai thai cho na because God the Father chu ama dinga fathering hi aban kir I ho dinga I father ho hi cho na hi chu Hebrew ne se cho na ena ban kira hoi ma cha chu pa kai sun apa chu myself ti asai kha lo cho UPC ho in text John chapter 11 ho po quote bol hin cho chu phat kan ya la deal ka bol hin na Hebrew hi hoita isim te ngale Jesus Christ chu pathin cha pai ta hoi ta clear ta lay down bol cho ena ban kira cha pa hi wanga chu apa character zo si ane ti na cho eternality omnipresent omniscience omnipotent ki ti yo si chu pa pathina cho chuang chu chapan ani ta asai cho na hi chu Hebrew writer pa na se hi lawa pa pathin confirmable cho na and chu te ngale Hebrew hi evet te ngale Jesus Christ hi the son of God ta asai se yeng cho na the son of God ai wanga chu divine title aman cho na the son is not just human he is fully divine na and UPC on text kat among kidwen hi Hebrew chapter 5 verse 7 ko aman wa Jesus Christ to cha pai ta poita ase cho na during the days of Jesus earthly life he offered up prayer and petition with loud cries and tears to the one who could save him from death and he was heard because of his reverence although he was a son he learned obedience from what he suffered so better literal translation also though being a son he learned obedience from the thing he suffered so it's like UPC on say so it's like he was a son atin that means amasang leisi da hong pina cha pai tan to ai cha pai ta poita ase so but he had the it's like Greek text he was a son atin to Greek text kapir hon huis tin so means present tense man na lai cho na writer pa hin Jesus Christ cha pai na lai ta affirmable so he's still the son na ena ban kida English language si aka ka le grammatical ta easy ting le Greek apa sa translation ke bol pala them khat modify ke bol so na he cha chu English translator hon he was a son ati me cho but English translator ho jing he trinitarian he so abon se ke ya they understood the text na ya chu aka ka le hin English tu chang language powdang apa sa English sa translate bol pala then English grammar achi la thena denga cho English grammar adopt ke bola ki ji bo cho hilaya Hebrew chapter 5 verse ira he was a son to past tense ajit wanga cho but it's like Greek text so present tense ajit cho Greek that means Jesus Christ cho cha pa na lai cho na it is he the win and aban ke Hebrew chapter 4 verse 49 here since we have great high priest who has passed through the heavens Jesus the son of God let us hold fast our confession this our confession na Jesus Christ here writer pan the son of God ta ase na lai cho he's not God the Father na aban kira he had the cho high priest ti tengale thim pu chung nung na iti tengale ipi hiang hi ipi avat sam te Jesus Christ hi tu la toing thim pu cho I holding a high priest cho that means toing mi him hi ngai cho and aban kira pathin nang a hi ngai cho na and interesting ha chu phem te Hebrew chapter 6 verse 6 a cho velation and they have fallen away to be restored to repentance because they themselves are crucifying the Son of God over and over and subjecting him to open shame. So it's lying to Hebrew writer pan Son of God. Aman lie to na. But the Hebrews chapter 3 verse 6 revelation. But Christ is a faithful as a son over God's house, and we are His house if we hold firm to our confession and hope of which we boast. And Hebrews chapter 3 verse 6 also. Jesus Christ also present tense aji he is the Son of God. Tu tan gaya hai chapa hin lai cho. Na Hebrews chapter 1 also Jesus Christ also a divinity asai bang also God the Father Papa thine ta asai hi lo cho. He is still the Son. Yeah, to Hebrews chapter 3 verse 6 also present tense. Christ is a faithful as the son over God's house. Ito present tense aji cho. Na Jesus Christ ay tu chan ga chapa hin lai cho. He always was the son. Ay da chapa ni hi to ang chapa hi. Ay da ang chapa hi yeng de cho. God the Father hi lo cho. Na era mat kira Hebrews chapter 7 verse 3 cho. He is without father or mother or genealogy, having neither beginning of the day nor end of life, but resembling the Son of God. He continues a priest forever. So chalaya Melchizedek chung chang se cho. Melchizedek chung hong ke pet do na ki se lo cho. Genealogy anmu lapa ki se lo cho. Resembling like the Son of God. So writer pa hin Melchizedek chung Son of God ahi ta ase hin lowin resembling it so. He looked like the Son of God because he has no genealogy. Aki pet na lang umlo, aki chay na lang umlo. Ita say nga he come out of nowhere and he disappear nowhere. Tinatabang so Jesus Christ yung so pathin cha pa so. Niya temam ay ti ahing jing tin he so. Ito to analogy la so. Na ena ban kira Hebrews chapter 7 verse 24 ko balason. But Jesus lives forever. He has permanent priesthood. Therefore he is able to save completely those who draw to God through him, since he always lives to intercede. So he intercede for them. Now that means Jesus Christ he tu la toyang he is still the Son. Cha pa hin lai cho, and he's still our high priest. Ya cho tu chen ga hing na lai ti cho. Thagao thi hung ki so a spirit hin hi lo cho tu la toyang he ta sa pheng nei na lai an aban ki da he is still our high priest and he always live at cho. Na a hing jing tin cho. He did not change into Holy Spirit on Pentecost Day, just like the oneness UPC taught. Na abon jika ka se num na pen chu pi ham tela Hebrew writer pa hin Jesus Christ hi chapai ta a farmer bo cho ena ban kida pa pathin jing in jong Jesus Christ hi achapai ti atia confirm bola ena ban kida achapa hi wanga to thil zo se hi achapa ne si me ta testify bo cho aban kida pa pathin achapa cho pathin tai addressable kit aban kida Jehovah Lord tai addressable kit aban kida thilzo si achapan asi me ta addressable kit so you Lord in the beginning you laid the foundation and the heavens are the work of your hand ti cho to ido diu kha cho UPC hon chapa kiti elo wala son ti ti ngale deniable cho the son am holding cho the son iti ti ngale means eternal ti ne hello cho amohin the Son is just a created human flesh so but Bible in the Son ta say cho eternal divine Son ahi so and hiti chun pi va sam tele UPC ho theology to di lo tin he yung cho and amo theology cho the Son did not exist from eternity to cho but it's like Bible in it was the Son who made everything it so na kachapa ka mansa thil ka sima le ipi vet saung kachapa chu literal ta ngai cho hechita banga chu pathinin achapa aman cha thilzo si asima le that mean achapa chu literal ta anum di tin cho na hichu hin a concept chu UPC hon achapa chu chapa ki ti hi God the Son ai da Son ki ti anum nai po ta asai wala then Bible to contradict ta sula ena ban kira interesting ka chu Bible in it was the Son who made the universe it was the Son who made everything and God the Father Papa Thina chapa so amana ezena amana thuzu si asim cho that means chapa cho anu tina cho na he prophetic ta ase hilo hin literal ta ase hin you Lord in the beginning you laid the foundation cho that means chapa cho prophecy ase hilo wa a literal pa cho ta creation thil ki sim jo si prophecy hilo cho ata ta an ki sim ya cho that means achapa cho ta ta anom di tina cho juting le ju Bible confirmable cho na phát cái này là oneness UPC doctrine đó hay ta cái say nomin amo hi masang lai early church history ho sim tenga la Sabellianism ai la wala Nestorianism kiti ho doctrine chu tai oneness UPC ho doctrine ta ki bang cha den hi chu ho chu early church history I mean refute and the ball la debunk and the ball wa excommunicate and the ball sa chu to oneness UPC on ai dan dan am wa mai hi chu hi phat kan ne la deal ka ball de na UPC hon side a ball of Bible verse tam I mean context value be a side a ball ngan chang na hi chuan chu phat kan yel dil ka ball in nanavet hiwin